Hi everyone and a warm welcome to Miss England TV. Today I'm introducing Joe Laws from Joe Laws Photography. I would like to educate you on different businesses and get to know the photographer himself and a little bit about his business and inspiration. Joe is also a Geordie from Newcastle, the city where the Miss England finals are being held for the very first time. Last year, Miss Newcastle was crowned Miss England and it's so exciting. Isn't it, Joe?
Fabulous, absolutely great news.
For the finals to be held in our stunning city. So I will be discussing the awards Joe has gained in his photographic career, his journey to becoming an award-winning photographer and his lifetime achievements. So, welcome to the show, Joe.
Hi, all right.
Tell me what you love about being from Newcastle.
Being from Newcastle, it's a big question, isn't it? I mean, I love everything about Newcastle. I love the history, the heritage, the old architecture mixed with modern architecture. I think together comes to make a fabulous city. Combine that with the people that live in the city, you know, Geordies are very passionate people, so I love everything about Newcastle.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Joe. So, as we know, you're actually an award-winning photographer.
Yeah.
Please tell us a little bit more about how you've achieved these awards.
First of all, it started off in a local camera club, you know, and my friend said, I want you to join the camera club. This guy keeps winning everything every year, and I'd love you to win it, you know, and I did, and I went in, I won it the first year, second year, third year, you know, then I kind of outgrew that little camera club, but I'm still very affectionate to it, but I've moved on to like bigger things, you know, with like, such as the Master Photographers Association.
Amazing, Joe. So, I believe you're affectionately known as Judo Joe.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your charitable causes that you've helped along your way?
Yeah, I mean the judo club's a massive part of my life, and I was fortunate enough a few years ago to win what's called the Wilkinson Sword, which was for outstanding contribution to sport in the North East, previously won by Sir Bobby Robson, Alan Shearer, Jackie Charlton, people like that. So that was a massive thing for me to win, you know what I mean? Something I'm very, very humbled about, you know. So on the back of that as well, you know, I do a lot of work around fundraising, and in my time I've raised, well, probably over £300,000 for incredible. Special needs people, whether leisure centre I used to work in at Newburn. I wanted it to be a flagship, and I was like really passionate about it. And yeah, I've done a lot of things in there to raise funds, so the judo club and the special needs programme is a big part of who I am.
Oh, that's lovely, Joe. So I believe you've got a fantastic team alongside you in the studio. Tell me a little bit about the studio and your team. Well,
I think it's important, you know, to look where you're coming from, and all the way along through I've always had a good knack of surrounding myself with good people in the leisure centre and my fundraising people around us who are very creative, the judo club, passionate people, and I brought all that into my studio with us, you know, and again, you know, makeup artists are like worth in gold, you know, like so it's really important that the makeup artist who I work with, Alexandra, she has a solid idea of like what I'm looking for in my pictures, and she's a creative person as well, so we're kind of bounce off each other. Yeah. And I think other people that contribute to, you know, what is Joe Laws Photography all have such a vital part. Even the customers are part of my team, and I want them to feel like that's how I want them to feel, as well, a part of something special. Yeah. And it works, you know, it works for me.
Yeah, Alexandra is lovely, knowing that from experience. Her work is absolutely amazing. Now, we've been working on my model portfolio, and recently we've created some amazing work, but you do offer other genres as well, Joe. Please tell me what other genres you offer.
Yeah, well, I can tell you about that, but first of all, it's been an absolute pleasure photographing you, you know, and it's been quite inspirational and inspiring for me, and a privilege. But getting back onto my photography journey, I have a good eye for what I think is a good photograph, you know, and I see things in my head, which are probably listen to me talking all the time about things I see in my head, but when I unfold them into a photograph, it's quite special, you know. Yeah.
So with you being an award-winning photographer, we do have some amazing images here with us. So let's take a little look. So Joe, could you talk to me about the image of the dogs, please?
Oh, yeah, well, this guy used to walk his dogs down my street every day, and I said to him one day, I says, you got to bring them dogs in here for a photograph. I got something in my head, and months went past and he never came in, and one day there was a knock on the door, And he came in, he says, I think I need to get my dog's photograph for a Christmas present for me, missus. Could you do that for us? And I knew exactly what I wanted to do. It's unreal that that picture is exactly how I seen it in my head. Now, the white dogs are not easy to photograph anyway, but if you look at the picture, for me, it's quite an exceptional picture, you know. That picture won me North East Pet Photographer of the Year, which kind of catapulted me into doing more with the Master Photographers Association. So yeah, it's a great picture.
Yeah, it's a very good picture, Joe. So you've got other genres, so moving forward. Talk to me about mother and daughter.
Well, I think there's nothing more compassionate, is there, than a mother and daughter, you know, that closeness, it's like, it's such a strong bond, you know, and I think, for me, when I do those shoots, it's more than just being two people standing together. Again, it's part of the process of being in the studio, loving what's going on, getting pampered by Alexandra, getting the hair and makeup done, feeling great about themselves. And when they come in to get in the photos, they're completely relaxed, because the manner I have is just, again, it's just open and nice. And that photograph you've got there, the mother and daughter, that's just beautiful, you know.
Yeah, it really says a nice message, doesn't it, Joe? So we now have your baby images. Talk to me about that.
Well, newborn photographs is like very marketable, you know, but people love their children, you know, especially when they're newborn, and people come in and they want, you know, like, oh, I'll have this, I'll have that, and I just kind of tell them to put the brakes on a little bit, because the child's going to grow, but it's important to capture them first 2 or 3 weeks of a child's life in something that is quite inspirational, and I love doing that. I love, again, it gives us an option to be creative. It's, you know, like that one there, putting that baby in that little basket, tucked up fast asleep, and just looking so beautiful.
Yeah, it's, you know, super cute.
So nice, isn't it?
So moving forward, you do images for superheroes now. Is that SpiderMan we have here?
SpiderMan, yeah, that was brilliant. He came in. I've got this hoop which I used as this hoop for a dancer. You know, she does stuff in the hoop, and I thought, I'm going to use that hoop. And this little lad, he climbed on the hoop, and next thing he was upside down, and his mum's going, Jack, you've got to get off there, you've got to get off. And I went, no, that's just, I let him go. And it was quite an inspirational moment, but it was just seeing a photograph that I thought would be brilliant. And the little lad hanging upside down in his Spider-Man suit was quite a great picture. But the superhero pictures is a big part of our revenue stream. Is again something I love doing, because none two of them ever the same, you know.
Yeah, and again, it's very creative what you enjoy doing.
Very much so.
So, and the thing that you're very big for, fairies, Joe. Tell me more about fairies.
Well, this was something I came across about 3 years back, you know, and was something I bought into, and again, with my creative mind, I've expanded that set to make it change. It changes seasonal, you know, springtime, summertime, the colours change, the mood changes. Into the autumn time, the leaves are falling, and the dresses change different colours. Then it will go into the winter time. So we'll move right through all them cycles, including the rose garden, which are introduced, but it's the most special kind of photographing children, capturing that innocence and all that beauty, and it's just so heartwarming. Really, I love it. Yeah, it's special.
Yeah. They're very pretty pictures, Joe. Very, very nice. And here we have a woman in a bin bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, that's very creative. And where did this idea come from?
Well, she's a great model, you know, and I worked with her quite a few times. And I said to her one day, I says, you know what it is, Natalie? I says, to be honest, I says, you look good in a bin bag. Light goes on, off it goes to B&Q's, bought a load of bin bags, went through, I had an old bin which I use as a prop, and I thought if I put her in the bin, and I thought I need more, so I had to go along to the local farm and ask him if I had a bin lid I could have a land of. Would you believe it? So I came back with a bin lid, because I thought the bin lid would kind of finish the picture off in my head. You can't see somebody coming out of a bin, but we created a dress out of bin bags, and yeah, she looks great in a bin bag, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's a really, really creative image. It's really nice. So coming away from bin bags, we now have two gorgeous women. Now, this is a really good photo, Joe. Talk to me about this photo.
Yeah, well, again, you know, with the Master Photographers Association, there's different categories of the event which you can win, and this one is classical portraiture. And I looked and I really wanted to photograph two girls with really dark skin, and these two, Bobo and Awa, are two twin sisters, and they were fabulous for me to work with. I was quite inspirational, and I had this idea what I wanted to shoot, this black and white picture with a really light really close to them, a source of light close to them, as a classic portrait. And I became Northeast Master Photographer of the Year in the classic portraiture section with this picture, and it's going to go into hopefully the main event of the Master Photographer National Competition. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with me awards and things like that, but I've got my sights on again higher things.
Higher.
Yeah, I'm an associate member, which is a privilege, but the next step up for me, there's another step I want to be, jump up that ladder and become a master photographer. That's my goal.
Yeah, well, you're definitely getting there, Joe. You've got all of these awards. There's nothing stopping you from making it to the very top, is there?
Be nice, wouldn't it?
It certainly would.
Happy days.
Thank you so much for coming on the show today, Joe. It's been an absolute pleasure interviewing yourself.
You're more than welcome. It's been an absolute pleasure for me. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Not a problem at all, and thanks for sharing all of your amazing stories and achievements.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for watching. If you're in Newcastle on Tuesday the 16th of July, come along to Mauritius Marina. It's an event at St. Peter's Coffee House. I'm raising funds for the Chronicles Sunshine Fund, and you can find the details on my Facebook by searching Rebecca Gormley. Please vote for me to win by texting 63333 to Miss England 43. Text costs 50p. Don't forget to subscribe to Miss England News on YouTube, Instagram and Facebook.